It is time to take things into a more incredible route here in the Pixar Review series. Now, 2004 was a really good year for animated movies. We had Shrek 2, we had the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, we had Shark Tale. Moving on. But we also got The Incredibles, which was directed by Brad Bird. Now, up to this point, he was more known for The Simpsons and The Iron Giant. And man, did he deliver, and he became one of the more groundbreaking directors out there. Say what you will about some of his more recent projects, but man, he was on top of it when it came to animation. We'll talk about another movie that he did later on, but The Incredibles was like his peak time, and it was rare to kind of get an outsider into the Pixar world, and man, did they deliver with it, because this was a perfect time to release this movie, because around this point this was like a key element to where superheroes were being recognized. This year alone we had Spider-Man 2, and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was killing it at the box office. X-Men was doing pretty good around this time, and even Blade was awesome. Plus, we even got announcements that we were gonna get a Batman reboot. So there was a lot of good things coming in the world of superheroes. But even then, I think deep down, this is my favorite superhero movie around this time, and it's because it does something correctly. It takes the element of family and makes you kind of see like the outside aspect of being a superhero. Obviously, when it comes to live action, you want to see the more action based stuff, but here you get a more centered piece on the Incredibles, and it was actually a really cool thing that they did, because they start off as superheroes, saving the world, doing all these crazy missions, and then just when things couldn't have gone crazy, superheroes are banned. They will no longer be of value because they do a lot of damage to the world. There's something that later gets addressed on every single superhero movie. But around this time, it was rare that they kind of tell you about this stuff. I'm like, yeah, like it's cool to see superheroes, but like, hey, they're destroying the city. Like, yo, we need to stop this, and we need to have a better plan. And unfortunately, it leads to them departing, and this sucks for Bob, because he just loves being a superhero. So now he's just this boring bank person, and then his wife, Miss Incredible, is just a stay-at-home mom watching her kids, who also um struggle to like hold on to their superhero powers, because like, you know Violet is this girl that is in love with this boy, but she's very literally and figuratively invisible to her. And then you have Dash, who's this bad boy who's basically always causing trouble. And that scene where he's running to prank the teacher, and he's like, "Look, I caught him. You see, it was one of my favorite scenes. I still laugh about it to this day." And then Jack, who seems to be the normal one that we find out later on, and Jack attacks all his powers, and even a little preview in this movie at the final act. Eventually, there's this lady who wants to help out Mr. Incredible, who's been desperate to get that spotlight back into him as a superhero. He sends him on a mission to fight this robot at this island, but turns out it's just a plan to make sure all superheroes get taken out by Syndrome, Mr. Incredible's biggest fan. And in the process, his plan actually makes so much sense. It's like, wow, like a super villain with a good plan. Basically, he wants to take down all the superheroes and then make everybody super, giving them all these gadgets and stuff. Because when everybody's super, no one is super. I loved it, and it was really good. Now, one big complaint that I've seen people have is that the first act is all Mr. Incredible, and then the second half of this movie is the Incredibles themselves, the mom and the two kids. Um, and yeah, I don't care. I love it still because you know, I just really enjoy the fact that we focus on Mr. Incredible first and then eventually get to the kids because I think balancing both at once would have been a little too much. So I think for an animated movie and for a movie itself, they did a really good job at doing this. Outside of the Incredibles family themselves, the other voice actors did a great job. Sam Jackson as Frozen was great. I really enjoyed his performance. Where's my super suit? Um, Brad Bird voices Edna Mode, who is basically in charge of creating all these superhero suits. I love the reasoning for her hating capes. They're stupid. They get caught up in stuff, basically showing the why capes are bad. But this was a really good casting wise, and again, the Incredibles were really good, and so was Syndrome, voiced by Jason Lee. The final battle with having the exact same robot, okay, fine. You could have done a different role, but it does make sense because eventually it explains that how Mr. Incredible was able to beat this robot, so it made sense for them to fight the exact same robot. A little upgrade towards the same one, but it still had to be defeated the exact same way. I like that Syndrome is basically playing an act as a superhero and then eventually get attacked. Pushed out to the sides, and then eventually the Incredibles are the ones who get the standing ovation, which upsets Syndrome. So he plans to take away what he thinks is more important to them is Jack Jack. He barges into the house. There's a whole attack on Jack Jack, which connects this perfectly. I love that attack on Jack Jack's short. It's really important to this movie, and it surprised. I do understand why they took it out of the movie because it would have been too much, but I still really enjoyed it. But I do love when Syndrome takes Jack Jack, and then we get to see all his powers. He turns into a monster, fire, metal, like all these superpowers, which get further talked about in the Incredibles 2. We get to see more of Jack Jack in that movie. But here they just did a fantastic job. That's right, fantastic. Around this time the Fantastic Four were on the way, and yeah, there are no match to the Incredibles. This movie I just love too much. And something that is probably my favorite thing of anything Pixar is the score. Oh, I play this constantly. The Incredibles theme song is something that I play constantly. I get excited. I run to this song. It is awesome. And yeah, this is such a really good movie. A plus. I mean, what else do you think I was gonna give this movie? I mean, this is around the time Pixar is giving you banger after banger after banger. And yeah, there you go. Four pluses back to back to back to back. Unfortunately, the next review is Cars. Don't worry, I have more positive things to say about Cars than most people do. But anyways, take care everybody, and I'll see you with that review next week.